So you were a swim teacher, but were you ever an actual coach?
I was never an actual coach, but I was a swim teacher. I taught arts and crafts. I was a nanny.
Okay.
And I've been bossy all my life.
I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here. Am I doing this correctly?
Yeah, you're doing it correctly.
Do I lean it more towards myself?
That's actually perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing it perfect.
And do I need to... Do I need to like lean into it, or will it just pick me up?
I think it's got you right there.
Okay,
Yeah, it's got you right there. You just don't want it to be like this far away.
Got it.
So you can just like hold it like this. Perfect. Jenn Lyon, I feel like we'll do a proper intro for you, but I'm so excited to have you here. I've heard all about you from our friend Nadia.
Our friend Nadia has wanted us to be friends and coworkers since she met you, but also since I booked Stumble. She was like, have I got the cheerleader for you?
I mean, okay, so you play the head coach on the NBC show Stumble.
Yes.
You're genius, perfect. Like couldn't be more perfect for it. It's so scary how good you are at that role.
Thanks,
so good. But Nadia, did she tape your audition for it?
She did. She was my
She,
reader
read
for
you?
the pilot audition, because I did an audition and sent it in, and then she came over and like was my in-person reader. I like owe her 10%.
You can just take her out to dinner.
I should.
I feel like it's so funny though, because I remember I was on a trip and she was like, being the good friend she is, she was like messaging me, you have to be on the show. You have to get on this show. Read this and see if there's anything else for you. I was like, I'm on a trip and not with my kids, and like I can't. And I was like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's meant to be, it'll. But I did read it and there was nothing for me in the pilot. So I was like, felt much better.
Well, there was nothing for you yet. But if we get a second season, let's just make it happen. Also, I saw your moth story. She sent it to me immediately, and it is incredible. And you are such a gifted storyteller.
I told a cheerleading story about a college cheerleading story about for this storytelling thing, the moth. But I feel like I had that show, your show Stumble, the amount of people who have asked me about it, sent it to me, like reached out to, I'm just like, yeah, I know there's a show happening. Like we are well aware it's happening. It's like, I feel like you have a distinct voice too. Do people ask you if you do voiceover all the time?
Girl, I try to do voiceover. That's the thing. I'm always in my closet recording stuff. Yeah. I did get this one Friskies commercial. I was a black and white cat for Flavor Creations.
I can see that.
I mean, people probably know about it.
I can see that.
She was sort of a Kim Cattrall type of cat. She was very like, hey cats, want to try a new flavor combination today? But I mostly audition for like, you know, like a cartoon piece of French toast that really wants to be a singer or something, or like a snake stuck in a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
And I never get it.
But do people ask you all the time if you do voiceover?
Yes.
Okay, people ask me all the time if I do a voiceover, and I get some of them, but barely as many as I feel like I should get.
Dude, it's an insular community. People, you got to wring it out of their dead hands.
Yeah, people have to pass away to be able to get it. But I feel like the amount of people who ask me about voiceover are the same people who ask me about Stumble. Just like, imagine that happening.
That Venn diagram is like.
I've started to be like, I know there's a cheerleading show called Stumble on NBC. I am very aware. The amount of deadline articles I got sent.
Yeah, you put it in like your email signature.
Yeah, just like I'm aware of the show. So I was so excited to have you on. So then I can also tell everybody on the podcast, I know about the show. It's really good. It's super funny.
She knows. She knows.
I know. I have friends who are friends with the writers of your show.
Yeah.
They all like it was a thing. But when I read the pilot, I was very like, do I want to read this? You know, when you're so close to something. And I was really, I felt like they really got it right.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's really funny. And they like really, it's all true. They didn't like hide the things.
Yeah. You know what I think helps with that is that Monica Aldama, the head coach of Navarro, if you watch the docuseries Cheer, is an EP on the show. And so she is so boss, and they'll submit a draft, of like an episode. And then she and Dawson Delgado, our choreographer, get in there and they're like, no, you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that. This isn't how it happens at a competition. Like they get in there and make sure that it's like authentic.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And did you know anything about cheerleading before you got the show?
I JV cheered for like 1 year.
Okay.
And I keep using the same joke every time I'm in an interview. Sorry.
Oh, that's my baby. I
just thought I could
glanced at
catch
my
a
baby.
glimpse of a baby. I do this same joke. I won't do it on the podcast, but I'll tell you the joke that I just keep doing.
Okay.
Everybody goes, were you familiar with cheerleading beforehand? And I always say, I was a JV cheerleader for 1 year. And the captain got pregnant, and guess who moved up? And they say, you? And I go, no, this girl, Tina.
Oh my God.
She deserved it. You know what I mean? Just like a little misdirect.
Yeah. I love a misdirect.
And people, it's really
crushing.
It's really crushing, but I've got to retire it because
I don't know.
You know,
everybody watches things in different places.
That's what I think to myself.
You think that
it's not like I
everybody's
did it on Carson or something.
Yeah, if you did it on Carson.
Yeah.
No, I feel like even if you did it on Carson these days,
you're right.
People aren't getting the numbers they got before. So everybody watches things in their own way.
Dude, you're so correct. So yeah,
So you should redo it on my podcast.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So were you a cheerleader?
You know what? I cheered JV for 1 year, but our captain got pregnant, and guess who moved up?
You?
No, this girl, Tina.
Oh.
But she deserved it. She was really good.
I like it. It was great. Just keep doing it.
Also, like our captain didn't get pregnant. You know what I mean? It was like
God,
it was just a lie I told once, and I was like, "That's funny," and then I kept doing it.
So funny. I feel like I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was like, "Oh yeah, remember I told you and your sister, because my sister cheered too." She's like, "Never be the captain. Don't volunteer to be the cat. Don't do it. We don't have time for that." Like,
because it's more responsibility.
It's like a lot of responsibility because I somehow got. I have a 6-year-old daughter who keeps like getting me like, because I was a cheerleader, I keep getting signed up to like lead some dance at her school, choreograph something. The amount of text messages I'm getting about the kindergarten Spice Girls talent show from parents is out of control.
Let me tell you something though. If it was one of my kids, I'd be on that chain. I'd be like, why is Tammy doing Baby Spice when that was promised to my child and she's clearly more talented?
I would like to be that parent on that chain, but I am now the parent that's like, I had a mom walk up to me with her kid. The only reason I said yes is because another mom had suggested it. Okay. 20 kids said they wanted to do it. Okay. That mom asked me to choreograph it. I said, no. She's like, with your background, you should. I was like, no, I don't want you. She's like, I'll do it with you. I was like, okay. And then she goes, but I guess it's only like these 3 girls. And I was like, no, there's like 20 girls on it. And she's like, I don't know any of them. So no, I'll just do it with them. And I was like, I can't leave out all these girls. So I sent a message saying, meet at this time. That's when their audition is. And somehow that made me the leader of the dance.
You're in too deep now.
And a mom came up to me with her kid the other day. Sorry, I'm just really, this is
this is important
my life. I don't know why I'm
this
going
is important
down this
to
rabbit
me,
hole.
and I'd love to be
We're
at the
gonna
next
get back on you.
rehearsal.
She came up to me with her kid to be like, where's she supposed to be? She's late. And I was like, I stopped her and I was like, hey, I'm just another mom. I was like, I don't know how I got this job.
Yeah.
I don't want this job, but just remember, I'm another mom trying to figure it out like you.
Yeah.
And
but
she
also,
was like,
5, 6, 7, 8, find your window.
And I was exactly. And I was in the middle of, I finally got the kids doing what they were supposed to do. I was like, I'm going to, if all the parents survive the Spice Girls kindergarten talent show, and will be a miracle. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, anyways.
Dude, I was a swim teacher, and the kids were so easy to deal with. It was always the parents that were like, I'd be like, get out of her eye line. Like, you're making her scared or worried, or they act out in weird ways. But like, the kids themselves are easy. It's always the parents.
It's always the parents. But I feel like on Stumble, there's a lot of, everybody's not a teenager really anymore. They're like older.
Well, it's junior college.
Yeah, but they're older.
So
right?
they're older.
You don't have a lot of any parents around.
No, we don't have any. We had one child farmer.
What?
His character is a child farmer.
Okay.
And he's like, we're at a town hall meeting, and the mayor may or may not is like,
oh my gosh, there's so many funny
there's so
puns
many
in this show.
I know,
They're
it's my
so
favorite, dude.
funny.
And his son is no, you may not.
Funny. Oh my gosh.
But there's a child farmer because he's like, nobody will drive a tractor on the main road after 7 p.m. And it cuts to this child and he goes, just trying to make a living. And we just kept bringing him back because a child farmer is such a
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
But I have seen the Kristen Chenoweth jokes about how she's never in frame are so funny every time because she's too short to be in frame. And her last name is Istini, but everyone keeps calling her Is Tiny. It's so funny. It's kind of like, I feel like it's also done in such a, like, it could be like really punny. It feels like it's done like very dark, like straight. Like it's, you
play it straight because like
so funny.
They don't know they're in a comedy. You know, you don't know the genre you're in. And so you just play it absolutely straight. And I think that's like where a lot of the good comedy comes in. Can we go back to the Spice Girls routine? Because I need to ask, what song is it to?
They're doing, what's the one that's like, stop right there, thank you.
I need someone.
Well, we were like, all Spice Girls songs are inappropriate for 5-year-olds. It was I need somebody with a human touch. And then there's also, that's the song they're doing. What is that song called? I don't even know.
Well, what?
But they're all inappropriate. Like,
are you changing the words?
No, we're not. Okay. I had a joke that we should just do a mashup of all the inappropriate parts.
You're like, if we're going to do it, let's lean in.
I was like, if we're doing this, if I'm in charge, this is what they're doing. I need somebody with a human touch. And like, if you want to be my lover. Like, we're just mashing
remix.
That up. I'm like, I don't have time to get that together anymore with all the text messages. If they would just leave me alone, I could do something genius for these kids.
And how long is the dance? How long is it?
60 seconds.
Okay, so you got a minute.
It's not bad. It's not bad. But they could just be like, I told them just make it up at recess. And that is going interestingly. I don't know. Anyways.
All right.
I feel like you do play a good coach, though, on your show.
Thank you so much.
So you were a swim teacher, but were you ever an actual coach?
I was never an actual coach, but I was a swim teacher. I taught arts and crafts. I was a nanny. Okay. And I've been bossy all my life. So like that's good.
You played
practice.
bossy in like a great way.
But also Monica is there with us. Mm-hmm. So I really watched her.
Okay.
And I just stole her mannerisms. And she is such a big dog. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like in real life, I'm a small dog. I'll show you my belly. I want you to rub it. I would like to be like, she walks in and she's like, you know what I mean? Like she just doesn't need you to like her.
Yeah.
She just commands respect, you know? And you sort of like earn her love, you know? You kind of start at 0 and you work your way up. With me, I'm like, you start at 10 and I'll knock off points if something bad happens. So like that was really helpful to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel there's not a ton of like female cheer coaches.
Yeah. Was your cheer coach female?
I had mainly male cheer coaches.
Wow.
And
I remember one female
I had. No, there were like I guess my high school cheer coach, but that was like in Chicago where cheer didn't really like count, was a female because it was just kind of like a fun thing. And when I lived in Texas and all my coaches in Texas were men.
Dude. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something, Brittany. Because like our actors are, you know, we also have to have stunt people because you can't be just launching actors into the fucking atmosphere.
Yeah.
And when they bring those real cheerleaders in, they threw these babies so high that like this girl's toe like brushed the lights, the scaffolding. And they had to be like, okay, ease back. Like, it's incredible. Mm-hmm. And you did that and flew so high all the time. Mm-hmm. That's so scary.
It is so scary. I think about it now and I'm like, it like freaks me out to think that I did that. It really freaks me out. I watched my daughter and I'm like, she can't do that.
Did you have fear when it was happening?
I had fear because my sister was a year younger than me and we were always on the best team, but she was the best one on the best team.
Oh my God.
And she wasn't afraid of anything. And she was the one that would like, if like things had Instagram and stuff had been around, she would have been like, Gabby. That would have been my sister. Like everyone knew who she was. Yeah. Everyone called me Chelsea Ross's sister. Yeah. And I was like, I'm older than her. I'm the one who picked this for us. Like I came here first, you know. But watch her try things, and it would terrify me as if I was watching my own child try something.
Oof.
Or I'd watch another teammate try something, and I'd be like, yeah, that'd be sad if they broke their neck, but it's not my sister.
Right.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there was a different level of like, and
Yeah.
she would be like, yeah, I'll try it. And I remember having to turn around at practice a lot
Yeah.
and not watch. I couldn't watch her
Yeah.
because it's scary.
It's really scary.
It's really scary.
And the thing about cheerleading too is like when I look at other, like I'll watch documentaries about gymnastics or something, it seems like there's people with pads waiting to catch you, throw something in, you know, and then you look at cheerleaders and it's just people your age throwing you.
That you probably broke up with the night
That
before.
you probably broke up with the night before.
Which is
like,
also like, are you going to catch me?
yeah, you're just like the level of oversight, it just like doesn't seem like it's really there.
No, it's also like everybody ends up dating their stunt partner.
I never even thought of this.
Because you trust them, you're trusting them with your life. So all your guard has to come down.
Right.
And
you're with each other hours upon hours upon hours.
And then you're standing there like waiting to do the routine, and you're standing next to them and you're like joking around, and it's like, and everybody ends up dating their stunt partner, and then like they break up, and then they still are their stunt partner, and then they're still like around, you know.
I would hate to take notes from someone I just broke up with. If they were
Oh
like,
my
you need to
gosh.
tighten up your legs, I'd be like, you tighten up your legs. I'd be so mad.
Yeah. I feel like I also had my sister on my team, and we would get in fights.
Dude.
Because like sibling fights are different than like,
Dude.
I mean, I'm
Sister
a
fights
small
are stunning.
person.
Yeah.
I remember like wrestling with my
Oh,
sister
yeah.
on the ground.
I only have a brother, but my friends that have sisters, I'm like, y'all are savage,
Yeah.
ruthless. Like, you really, and the things you say to each other, and then 10 minutes later, you're like, are you hungry? And I'm like, I could never recover.
No,
From
I
what was
know.
just
It's
said.
insane to have siblings on the team was crazy. We also had these brothers on the team who were like not super smart.
Sure.
They were like,
But they had other gifts.
yeah, one of them's a doctor now, and we were all like, he's a doctor, and then we realized he's like a metaphysical doctor.
I see. I see.
That's what he does now.
Okay.
That's what he does now.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys on our team were like on steroids. So like one guy would just be like dripping sweat all the time, and you'd like slip through his arms. So gross. But they were these two brothers on our team, and like they were kind of like, oh yeah. Like I went in the women's bathroom where we would practice, and I caught one of them like just putting protein powder in his mouth and then washing it down with the sink, but he was accidentally in the women's bathroom doing that. Like that kind of a guy.
He was just like making a protein shake, but in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then like we were on this team with them for years, and they didn't know we were siblings. One day they're like, it's so crazy that we have two pairs of siblings on the team. And they're like, who else is siblings? And we're like, us. Like, and they were like, no way.
Wait, nobody knew?
Just these two brothers didn't know.
Wait, the two, wait.
They thought they were the only ones.
Oh, no.
I'm like, why do you think we fight like that on the ground, wrestling each other? They just thought we were like friends.
I just thought you were like best friends.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh gosh, I feel like the world of characters is so vast for
Yeah.
a cheerleading show. I'm glad that you're bringing light to
Thank you.
cheerleading.
Yeah, we do. We have like a showboat. We have a petty criminal. We have a narcoleptic, which you don't see a lot of.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The narcoleptic thing is so funny.
Yeah.
We had a girl on my team in college who became, I don't even know what I'm actually allowed to call it, but she was a hooker. Can I say that? Are we allowed to say that still?
Well,
she was.
I think we could say escort, maybe.
She was an escort.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we say.
I
She
think
was an escort.
maybe an escort. Maybe that's nicer.
Yeah. She had a lot of fancy bags. And we lived in Hawaii because I was in Hawaii. And there was like this strip in Waikiki where we would like run into her when we were out. And our coach had to pick her up one night.
Oh,
and like,
honey. Oh, bud.
I know. She ended up leaving, but she was making a lot of money.
She was or wasn't?
She was.
That's tough. It's tough to leave the life when you're raking it
Yeah,
in.
when you're like raking it in and you have
Yeah.
everything you want. Yeah.
Oof.
So anyways, I feel like we had stuff like that on our team.
Yeah. I mean, we are on a network. We're a network comedy, so I doubt we'll have sort of a sex worker theme, but I'm going to pitch it.
Pitch it.
I'm going to pitch it.
Pitch it. It's a true story.
Yeah.
So pitch it.
The actors that play the cheerleaders and also our stunt cheerleaders, like I call them the babies, even though they're all firmly in their 20s, and they are so great. They are so game. They also want to do the stunts. Like they want to, they work so hard on the routines. Like they really want to be the best cheerleaders they can
That's
be. They
amazing.
respect it. Like nobody, I think maybe Monica might have been worried at first that, or anybody in the cheerleading community might have been worried that like it was going to make fun of cheer, but it really is like a love letter.
That's what I felt like watching it too. I was like, and then when I read it, I was like, oh, this is like, they get it.
We take it serious. Yeah.
And like I make fun of cheerleading some now because I don't think anybody told me at that time in my life it was going to mean absolutely nothing to anybody when I stopped doing it.
Sure.
But like you thought it meant everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It is like a funny, like special, intense experience to go through it. And I feel like they really figured out how to.
And like anything that you take extraordinarily seriously is ripe for satire.
Yes.
You know, it's why we satirize doctors, lawyers, like whatever. It's because it is so self-serious.
It is so serious. And it's also like serious in a way where like you could die doing it.
You could
That's why it's,
effing die.
people don't know that.
Forever.
Yes.
You just land wrong once, man.
No, I know. My captain of my squad, the year after I left, she like got dropped from like 30 feet in the air, broke her back. And then she was back on a team the next year.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are
because
so crazy.
People are just like, I'm like, that's something that you're like, you can never even like move again. She was back the next year. There's like something.
Because you're athletes. You're true athletes. You're like, I know you like broke both your wrists or something.
Yeah, I broke both my wrists and I kept tumbling on them because I was like, I'm not going to go to the doctor. I broke my ankle and I like refused to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And then I was at the doctor with a broken ankle and he's like, we need to put a cast on your leg. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Dude.
And I was like, my pants won't fit over it. I'm just going to leave. And then I remember I had to change pants with my mom because she forced me to wear her pants so that I could fit my cast over it. But
priorities.
Yeah,
You know?
I was so mad. I was like, you're going to have to cut my pants off of me. Like, I'm not putting the cast on.
Can you imagine? It's like you just don't think about you need bones later also.
Yeah, there's no later.
No, there's
no later. I think I started to realize about later at the end of my time in college, and that's when I started to get really freaked out about what I was doing. I was like, I like joked that my prefrontal cortex came online, and I was like, oh, God.
It happens when you're like, what? 23.
It's supposed to happen like when you're like 23 to 25.
Yeah.
And I think mine happened early.
Sure.
And I started to realize, we could all die.
Yeah.
And I was so freaked out. And I I wouldn't let myself flip backwards anymore.
You got the yips.
Got the yips. Because I was like, oh God, this is really dangerous.
Dude, we talk about that in an episode. One of our cheerleaders gets the yips. Like she's our best tumbler. And then all of a sudden she's just like.
devastating.
Yeah. But also you shouldn't do anything. If you have the yips, you should not go into the air if you think to yourself, I don't know how I'm going to land. Like that's so scary.
But when I was doing it, we didn't think about that stuff. Your coaches would just be like, you're just doing this for attention. I'm like, this is not the attention that I want. I want the attention for being good.
Yeah.
Not like not being able to do it. So
Dude.
yeah, it was awful. I had to like hide in the back of one of our routines and pretend like I did a backflip because you would get like
deductions. Yeah.
And so I was really good at doing this like fake little like jump. And sometimes I would do it and sometimes I wouldn't. And I do the jump thing. And I knew it just was like a bad time of my life. I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. But yeah, it's crazy.
That's so scary.
Yeah. But I feel like it's cool that people get to see it because even when Cheer, the documentary came out, so many of my friends were like, I understand you so much more now. After watching this. Like I understand who you are more.
I feel like dancers and cheerleaders are, like you think about athletes being tough and you think about like football players, but dancers and cheerleaders are the roughest, most brutal athletes on their bodies. It is unbelievable what you guys go through.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because you're gymnasts.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to like avoid my daughter from going down that path. But she right now she's doing she's 6 and she's doing this musical. She wanted to do a full play. All she wants to do is sing and dance. So I'm trying to like not let her know she lives in Los Angeles because I don't want her to be a child actor.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be like, this is just a fun thing. And so she's doing her first musical. And I thought she was doing High School Musical.
Yeah.
But they changed the studio location because there were not enough kids. So I thought she was still doing High School Musical.
Okay.
And the night before, we found out she was doing Bring It On, the musical. And I was like,
I thought you were going to say Les Mis.
I wish she was doing Les Mis. I wish she was doing Les Mis.
Dude, this is bad, Brittany. If you don't want her to cheer and she's doing Bring It On the musical, that's a pipeline. It's getting shot directly into her veins, man.
She goes, I took her in the first time. Okay, I let her wear my college cheerleading bow to her first rehearsal. And then she asked if she could wear my national championship college rings.
Gateway drugs.
Which I tried to pawn when I moved here because I needed money for car insurance because I got in a car accident and they told me they were fake. And I was like, what? I was like, these rings I worked my whole life for are fake. And she put them on a necklace and has been wearing them around her neck since so she walked in and I had to be like, this is my daughter. She's like, this is my mom's bow. And I just felt like the craziest parent.
You're like, I don't want to be a stage mom, but here's my daughter with all my championship rings and my bow.
And I'm directing Spice Girls at the talent show, if you haven't heard. I just was like, who am I? Maybe I am this person.
It's like so much protesting, but like, okay.
I like went for it with that one. I was like, she's doing Bring It On. I have to do this.
You still have your bows and stuff?
My sister had it. She gave it to me. I have my rings, but my sister had our bows, which is so funny.
Those bows are NASA grade ribbon.
I know.
They can get through anything.
Yeah, this bow is old.
Yeah.
It's stood the test of time. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, wait. I want to talk about before the show too.
Yeah.
So you lived in New York for a long time.
Yeah, like 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been doing Broadway and TV.
Yeah.
So
off Broadway and off Broadway.
Love it.
And shows in basements and
all the Broadways.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I feel like but did you move there? Did you think you were going to do musical theater? Were you like, I'm going to do all of it?
I knew I wanted to do theater. I only did like a couple of musicals. I mostly did straight plays and sketch comedy and stuff. But I graduated from School of the Arts and literally like packed up the car and with my friend Maggie, and we drove up to New York with like a little turtle on top of the car that we threw our suitcases in, and I like lived in the kitchen of a sublet. In Queens. In the kitchen. She had the bedroom, and then there was like a kitchen, and I had a futon in front of like the refrigerator, basically.
No.
And we didn't have air conditioning. It was like, it was like those stories that you hear, just had nothing, and just beat the street, and worked in an ice cream shop, and then auditioned a lot, did a lot of regional theater first.
Okay.
And then started to do more theater in New York, and then made the jump to like film and TV, I don't know, maybe like a decade ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you come to LA a lot too? Do you go back
Dude,
and forth?
this is the first time I've been back to LA since before the pandemic.
Wow.
Like, I have friends that have children that I've never met before. Like, I'm going to go see my friend Katie after this, and she has like a 6-year-old I just have never met, about to see a fully formed human.
That just is so sad. It just shows you how much there's no work in Los Angeles. It's so sad to be like, I haven't been here since before the pandemic.
Dude, everything that I've shot has been like Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
I shot a show in New Orleans, and Stumble shoots in New York because we finally got the tax breaks back.
Yeah.
So, but I heard LA, you are getting your tax breaks back, so maybe it'll come back.
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know,
because
man.
It's like a dark time over here.
Yeah. Totally.
People have like worked their whole lives as this.
Yeah,
and
it's
now
crazy.
People are like, I don't know what else I do. And it's not like I'm like people who are like, oh, I didn't make it. They're like, I made it.
No, I made it.
I
I was a series regular.
Yeah.
I had this job. It's like people have this idea that once you book something, you just go from triumph to triumph after that. And I'm like, every time I get asked in an interview, like, what drew you to this role? I always say unemployment.
Yeah.
Because that's the truth, man. Like you're on something and then you're unemployed.
Yeah.
And you're on something and then you're unemployed. Like it's only the top 1% of actors that are at home perusing scripts and have their shit lined up for years. You know, like the rest of us are like gig workers.
Yeah. And now there's like so few gigs.
I
So
know.
that's the scary thing.
And
It's
like movie stars are doing all the TV and all the commercials too. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys.
I know.
What about us little character actors?
I know. I know. It's so sad. Well, I'm glad you're here to meet your friend's kid at least.
I know. I'm excited. And I got to present at the College Television Awards.
Cool.
Which was so, I never did an awards show before. And like to see these college kids and they're so like bright and fresh. And like award shows are like inherently political, but this one can't be because there's no studios behind anything. And like, they're just so excited to be making work. And I don't know, it kind of gave me a inspiration boost.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Because you get jaded, you know? You
and,
get like
everything's possible for them still. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I know it's funny when I see some college kids now and they're talking like that. I'm like, like I feel like I'm like,
you just kind of want to discourage them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, babe.
And then you're like, I don't want to be that person.
Well, even
but I'm like, things
theater.
are different now though.
Yeah.
So it's like, should we all be that person?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Because like
know.
when I was starting out and we were doing sketch comedy and theater and stuff like that, there was no social media really. So like you would work on you would do a show like downtown that was terrible that 5 people saw, but like then you might get to work on it later and it got better. So then you remount it and whatever. And with social media, it's like you put something out there and it immediately gets judged. And like, there's something cool about the immediate audience. And then there's something also terrifying about the immediate audience in terms of getting to like develop your voice.
Yeah, totally. I know. I mean, I do stand up, so I feel like I like the immediate audience a lot.
But the immediate audience of the room is different than the immediate audience of
like, yes, putting it out. Yeah, totally. That's so different. Yeah, you're right. I also saw that are you the daughter of a preacher?
I surely am. And my grandfather was a preacher and my uncle was a preacher. So I definitely have like a direct line to Christ.
To Christ. Great. Amazing.
If you need anything.
That's in North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is great. Was it crazy to grow up the daughter of a preacher? The family? I mean, it was just like
it's
your
like
family?
You don't know anything different.
Yeah.
So it's not until you get out of it that you're like, oh, some parts of that are very weird. And you kind of live in a fishbowl and everybody's looking at you. You move frequently in the Methodist church. So you're kind of like a new girl all the time.
Okay.
But it does make you like, I feel like a social survivalist. Like you could drop me anywhere in any culture, in any spot, and I can be new and I'll figure out how to make it work.
We were just talking about this because I moved a lot growing up because my dad works in oil. So like we moved all the time.
Yeah.
And I liked being the new girl because you figure it out.
You figure it out.
And now I feel totally fine at like any party I go to, anything I go to. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
you
Like
know?
I'll be nervous, but I'm like, you've done this a million times, man.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And there's something like, there's a bit of an adrenaline rush about it almost where you're like, oh, it's fun to like put yourself in it kind of an experience.
Also, I will say, like, kudos to the church, like for all the bad mouthing that the church can get and for all the wrong turns that church makes and all the individuals that make terrible decisions within churches. There is something about growing up in community, like that gives you not only a sense of like not being alone, but it also gives you a sense of like absurdity that like community isn't convenient. You know, it is. There's this weird lady in the choir that always stops by at this time. There's this, you got to watch for Miss Dot in the back row. She's going through a hard thing. And now, you know, Mr. Peter's going to come over and he needs, it's just like everybody is just a weird character everywhere. And you just, I don't know, it just gives you a sense of acceptance of like people's complications. I think that maybe if you don't grow up in a community where you're surrounded by people can rub you the wrong way a lot easier. And I think I'm just a lot more accepting of how weird people are. Yeah. Because I just was up close with them at choir practice.
I love that. And then you also realize like, oh, everybody's like weird in their own way.
Everybody's a little character. Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
I do. I have a brother, Josh.
Okay.
He is an engineer. He's very math and science oriented. He's super smart. He's 4 years older than me.
So he didn't become a preacher.
No, he did not. But he's still like super Christian.
Okay.
And like his kids go to Christian school and everything.
Okay.
And he's the golden child
Nice.
in the family.
Nice.
He never, like my dad would be like, okay, your curfew is 10 p.m. And he'd be like, yes, sir. Like he never pushed back. I mean, they truly call him golden. I'm always trying to get golden. I'm always trying to like get the birthday card in before him so I could possibly get golden status. But his nature is so good and so calm. And like my mom is always like, you know, we had Josh and he was so good that I was like, I want to have another one. And then I immediately got my tubes tied after you.
That's so funny. I feel like I was the bad one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. My husband is like the golden one.
Yeah.
From like a young age, everyone's like, he's just like so special and so kind and so nice. And like it now to me, I'm like, yeah, he's awesome. But like, what about me?
But what about me?
Yeah. I'm like doing that. I'm like, he's cool. I'm glad you guys all like him.
Got it.
But like, I brought him here.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But my brother is also the reason that he was so gifted in a math and science way that it made me have to get really great at like fart noises and falling behind the couch. And like, it just made me have to like develop my other skills because I was no match.
Yeah.
I was no match for him in math.
That's good though to note. Like, yeah, I feel like also math is boring.
Math is hard.
It is hard.
It's so hard. And it makes me, okay, you know how there's hypoarousal and hyperarousal? Like hyperarousal is when you're dealing with a problem and it gets you amped up.
Yeah.
It's like it's your fight or flight. It's
Yeah.
Hypoarousal is when you're dealing with a problem and it makes you very sleepy. It makes your body like kind of want to shut down. And that's what math does to me. It makes me, the minute I am interfacing with numbers, yawns.
You know what happens to me if I'm listening to a podcast and it's words, like I hear everything.
Yes.
I can listen to it on double speed.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Anytime they say a number, I miss it. And then I go back and then I miss it again. And then I'm like, Brittany, you have to listen to the number this time because it's like something I want to know.
Yeah.
And I will like continuously miss, like my brain blocks it out.
Dude.
Yeah. I feel like I never really liked math.
Yeah.
Clearly. It was like my one thing that I was not good at. And the only thing
It's the only thing I'm not good at.
No, it's not the only thing my sister was good at. She was really good at math.
Yeah.
I
wish I had a brain for it.
Yeah. But why? Well,
Because
what does your brother do
universal.
now?
It's a universal language.
That's true.
And because it has like it's truly objective.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you can attach your feelings to numbers, but like they really are just themselves.
My mom was a math teacher, actually.
What? At your school? Whoa. Your mom was a teacher at your school?
In middle school, she was. In 6th grade, she was a math teacher for 6th grade, and I was in 6th grade. She was a math teacher from 6th to 8th grade at this school that I was at, I think.
So you had to see your mom in the hall?
Yeah, we would go to school together in the morning, and then a lot of my friends had her as their teacher.
Would they say stuff about your mom to you?
I think so. I mean, everyone thought my mom was so pretty and like hot. And
pretty
like,
teacher?
Yeah, my mom looked so young too. Like even in high school, we would go to the mall together and she got asked to go to prom by some random guy that was walking by. And I was like, we're here to look for a dress for me. I was like, get out of here all the time. So like she was kind of like that. Yeah.
Dude. Hot teach.
Yeah. And we had a different last name because she had my stepdad's last name. But like everybody knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. It became an issue actually because I tried out for cheerleading in middle school in 7th grade and I didn't make it because I was a gymnast at that point, and I kept getting in trouble for talking at gymnastics. And I was like, I need to get out of here. We weren't allowed to be friends with anyone on the team. That was the rule that our coach made.
Jesus.
And we were there like every day. We left school early to go to gymnastics. I was like doing like hardcore gymnastics and I just needed to talk.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want to hang out. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm going to switch to cheerleading. And I tried out for cheerleading at my school. And even though I could tumble and do everything, I didn't know I wasn't loud enough.
Yeah.
And so I didn't make it in Texas.
What?
And so then I went to a competitive cheerleading gym that year, and I like learned everything. I like worked my ass off. I was like, there's no way I'll never make this team again. But this is what happened. So I didn't make it. I was told I was the alternate that year that I didn't make it before I like went and got better. And then a girl on the team moved, and everybody was like, you're the alternate, Brittany. It's so cool, blah, blah, blah. And then the principal called me into his office, and another mom had complained that since my mom worked at the school, that's why they were letting me be the alternate. And
you were a Nepo baby.
And because this mom complained, they told my mom they couldn't do that because they like couldn't have it look bad for them. So then I didn't get to be the alternate.
I am scandalized right now.
Mm-hmm. And he called me into his office, and our principal had a lisp as well. I'm just remembering just now.
Yep.
So I like sat across from this guy. He's so nice, Mr. Huff. And he explained to me that I couldn't be the alternate. And I just remember like sobbing.
This is so political, Brittany. I demand justice.
Right? And so then I like went and I was like, no one will ever tell me justice. We demand justice. I was like, nobody will ever tell me I'm not going to make it again. So then I like went and worked super hard so that I could never not make it again.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, some people deal with rejection in a very different way. They're like, guess I'm not good enough. And then they just go about their lives. But it like lit your pilot light.
Yeah. Because I got screwed. Yeah.
I'm upset.
I know.
Guess what? I never got to be Mary in the Nativity because my dad was the preacher. So that's kind of similar.
That is very similar.
Yeah, because he didn't want to be seen as showing favoritism.
Even though you probably were the very
Even though
best
look how
for that.
beatific I am.
Yes. You're perfect for that.
Nope, said I had to be a sheep, a shepherd. But then I did graduate to being the angel that is the star in the sky.
Okay.
That says, behold, we bring you good tidings of great joy, for unto you this day the Savior is born.
That's a big
Which
part.
is kind of a big deal. Guys, don't applaud. It's fine.
That is a big part.
Yeah.
It's
kind
of
of
like
a character role. You come in, you shine,
it's
you
magical,
get applause.
a bit. Like it's like shiny.
But Mary was like so romantic to me because she was just so mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom of God.
Yeah, seriously.
Which is a pretty big role.
Oh my God. I feel like my husband's Jewish, and I grew up like extremely Christian in Texas, like eccentric. Like my grandfather was a deacon in the Catholic Church. And then
hell
like
yeah.
my grandma has like a book of published Christian poems. She was like a Christian poet.
Yes.
And she was really cool. And then we like we left the Catholic Church, I think, and we started going to mega church.
Oh.
So we went to mega church.
Dude.
For a while.
Yeah.
Which is like,
that's a
so
rock
fun.
concert,
That's a real show.
Yeah.
That's like,
they have fog machines.
This church in Texas at Christmas, it snows inside the church. Yep. There's men on horses.
I bet they got a camel.
They definitely have like big horses.
Sure.
They probably have a camel.
Yeah.
They have an ice skating rink on stage with an ice skating performance behind that. There's like a whole...
In Bethlehem?
Yeah, in Bethlehem. You could have been Mary on skates.
Oh my God.
And it is wild. And then a few years ago, then I moved out here and I was like, I think I'm just spiritual. I think I'm not like...
Sure.
I live in LA, so now I'm spiritual. Right. And my husband's Jewish and like grew up in Switzerland. And it's just funny the differences between our families, for
absolutely.
Sure. And everybody tries their best. My grandma did give me a booklet to give my husband that said, the first time I was going to visit him, I was sitting in Texas with my grandma helping her put together her second book of Christian poems. And I was going to visit my husband for New Year's. And this was like, I think it might have been one of the last times I saw my grandma before she passed away. Oh. And I was going to visit my husband. We were newly dating. And she was like, so tell me, is this nice young fellow of yours a good Christian man? And I was like, actually, Grandma, he's Jewish. And she's like, that's okay. Let's just say a prayer for him right now. So she grabbed my hand. And we prayed for my husband at the table. Right. And then the next day I was leaving. And she comes downstairs waving around this like small little pamphlet, like this big, like a little book. And she's like, Brittany, I have no idea where this came from. It just showed up on my desk. I have never seen it before. And she's like, I want you to give this to him. And I looked at it and it said, how a Jewish man came to know and love Jesus Christ. And it looked like Will Ferrell from Step Brothers on the front cover of it.
But I'm going to tell you what, she doesn't know how it got on her desk, and I do. Divine intervention.
Divine intervention.
That's
trying
right.
to save my husband's
Trying to save
soul.
him. Yeah.
And now my daughter can't we're trying to figure out what to do about her because my
could do
cousins live in
both.
Arkansas. Yeah, that's what we thought. We're like, she'll do both.
Yeah.
And then she'll kind of figure it out.
Do Passover and Easter. Do the menorah and the Christmas tree.
Let me tell you, Easter is way more appealing than Passover.
Yeah.
So we have to
That Passover Seder is a lot.
we took her to Arkansas with my cousins for Easter and she went to church. Marco's driving around our baby in the car because he was like taking a nap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we go with my cousins who I love. And they're like so accepting of everything. Like we love them. And I'm like, she wants to go to Easter. She's putting on a dress. She's excited. Yeah. My cousin's daughter is best friends with the pastor's daughter.
Yeah.
So she grabs a donut. They're singing some songs, which is her favorite thing. They swoop her up. They hug her like they're older than her.
Come on.
Come with us. I'm sitting there being like, oh God. It was literally, oh God, what is going on right now? When is she going to come out? She comes out 20 minutes later carrying a Bible in a flowery Bible bag. And my cousin's daughter's like, tell your mom what you learned. And I'm just like, oh my God, my Jewish husband is like outmatched immediately.
Yeah.
And my cousin's wife was just like, oh God. And she walked the other way. And my daughter has had Jesus in her heart for a full year now.
All right.
Obsessed with Jesus.
Yeah.
And she's like, why don't you guys believe me? Everything in that book is true. The people who wrote it were there and they saw it and they wrote it in that book. And then she's like, and why don't you wear dresses, Mom? And I was
Why aren't you modest?
She's a trad. Why aren't you wearing dresses? Like all the other moms?
Jesus was my best friend.
Oh,
My best friend. I got to make it, bake it oven one year for Christmas. And everything I made, it was for Jesus.
Oh my God, that's
My mom
so
would be like,
sweet.
now who are you making this cake for? And I'd be like, Jesus. I made little cupcakes for Jesus. I thought about him so much. And I also had like so many scriptures memorized.
I'm sure.
And he was like, when I was on the swing set, I'd be like, I just know Jesus is beside me on this swing set. And if I was scared, I'd be like, I can do all things through Jesus Christ who strengthens me. I can do all things. Through, like I just, it's like if you do it from
really
a young
nice
age, it's
security
like,
blanket.
Yeah.
It's pretty comforting. And I was like, I see why she's going here. I see. And
also if you get, Christians are great at outreach. So if you get a flowery bag with a Bible in it and a donut,
and some songs that are
like
fun
give me
to
swag
sing.
and see if I don't sign up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I see why she's doing this.
Yeah, and the songs are good. The hymns are so good.
They're so catchy.
They're
so catchy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get it. But then I tried to explain to her, I was trying to explain God to her. And she was like, I was like, God is I was like, I don't know. Everybody believes different things.
Sure, everybody's
your
got their
dad
own
thinks
special book.
Jesus was just like a really cool guy. So she says that all the time. Like, my dad just thinks Jesus is a cool guy. And I'm just like.
But also, Jews would agree with you. They're like, that is what we think.
That is what they think. He's just like a cool guy who said some cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they don't like him.
No.
He's just a cool
They think he's a cool guy.
Cool guy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, God is kind of like everything, everywhere. And she's so snarky. She started being like, so is that fence God? Is that brick God? So is this door God? This door is God, Mom? And I was like,
It's hard, man.
it's hard. It's hard to explain both too.
Yeah.
That's what I realized.
But like
both
somebody
is
can
hard.
believe and also not believe. And also that this God might be different than this God.
Yeah,
And
like one is easier for a little mind
I think so. Yeah.
than two. So, it's hard. Do you feel like you had something that you went really full out into besides like this show that you're on where you're playing a cheer coach, a full out cheer coach?
Dude, I was really into, because I was thinking about like, do I have pictures of anything? And I was really into hula hooping.
Okay.
In a way that like, look, I don't say I am the best at it, but I do believe, and I believed first through fifth grade for sure, that I could do it longer than anyone on earth because I had a patented system. I didn't just hula hoop with both my feet together. I put one foot in front of the other, and I was a rounder girl. And I just feel like my waist to hip ratio and my roundness allowed me to keep a hula hoop up around myself for hours on end.
Hours.
I could just keep doing it. I could walk doing it. I could just do it. My body just understood hula hoop in that way. But if I had to think of something, if I was going to be like straight up honest about something, and I know you will resonate to this, that I have put so much of my mental energy into in my whole life, it would be dieting.
Oh, wow.
It would be eating disorders.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that shit, the amount.
That's a smart one to say.
The amount of brain space that took up, like I could be the CEO of 11 companies if I had given anything else the level of attention and care that I gave to like trying to disappear.
Yeah. Yeah. And starting from young?
Oh, yeah, starting from very young. I was on like Weight Watchers very early in my life, you know, and just every diet. I mean, all of them. And they all held the promise of being new and different. And like, I was just sure that it was going to make me a better person and a different person. And like, you could just funnel all your self-loathing or all your dreams or whatever was always on the other side of being thin. I was like, once I'm thin, then I'll be fill in the blank, dude. Happy, successful, less anxious, whatever the noun or adjective was going to be, was always on the other side of like losing weight.
And were you the one that had like the impetus to do that from a young age?
You know, I grew up in the South. And so I didn't know a woman who had a normal relationship with food. And also I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So like everybody did Slim Fast. Everybody talked about their bodies in ways that they wanted to change them. Nobody was like, I'm strong and healthy, full stop.
Yeah, I know. I feel like
everyone was always trying to lose weight. It was just the water we swam in, you know?
I wonder sometimes now with Ozempic and stuff coming out where it's like, did we just learn to stop talking about it?
Yeah.
Or did people actually stop wanting to lose weight like that? Because it seems like we learned that it was like not appropriate to talk about our bodies or say those kinds of things. And you needed to be okay with yourself. But then the second Ozempic came out, it's like, well, clearly
body positivity really took a back seat.
Yeah, like right away. So they don't feel that way.
Yeah, but I also understand the absolute hell, the prison, the Soviet gulag of food noise that like an eating disorder or disordered eating or whatever. The quickest way to be obsessed with food is to stop eating it. And whenever you're on that journey, it does take up so much space in your brain. And people that I know that have done Ozempic are like, it shut off the food noise for the first time in my life.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
And I'm like, I don't know how to like be mad at anybody for that.
Oh no, I'm not mad at anybody for that. It just feels like it's like where
but also it might be bad for all of us. I don't know, dude. I don't really know. I can't really get a read on it.
No, we won't know for a long time.
We won't know. Yeah,
we won't know. But I feel like if people feel good about themselves, like great, you know, whatever makes you feel good about yourself. But yeah, I do think like that's interesting that you got it like really young though.
So young. Oh yeah, I was trying to lose weight. I can remember like being on a diet in like first grade.
Wow.
You know, I was always so hungry. I just was a hungry person, which like kids are hungry, you know, but I always felt like I was hungrier than other kids around me. Like I would watch how much they ate and I'd be like, I'm so hungry. Like, why am I so hungry? I mean, I was a bigger girl and
you were. Yeah. Because now I feel like you're very like.
I'm on the small side of myself right now, but I've been everything from like, you know, 230 to 108, you know, in my adult life. Like I had to go to rehab for eating disorders. Like, so I've been very large for myself and very small for myself. And I happen to be on the smaller end right now because I stopped drinking like 2 years ago and started going to like boot camp classes. I got like, I just got afraid. I think I was like, I'm getting older and like my body doesn't feel right. And I was like
Yeah.
headed into perimenopause and I was like, I got to get stronger and I got to cut out the bullshit, you
Yeah.
know? So like I'm on the smaller end of myself presently, but like I'm sure it'll fluctuate.
Yeah. I feel like I think I didn't really, I had an eating disorder in college when I was cheering, but it didn't happen until college. Like I never thought about it before.
Because you were just
like,
naturally.
I was just like I'm just like a small boned
Petite.
person. And like, I was at the gym always, like at gymnastics for like 6 hours a day or whatever. So I ate so much junk food and never thought about it. Like I lived on fast food and like never thought about it.
What made it develop in college, do you think?
Because I started to get praise for, well, this is what happened. So I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast. I might have. I was going to University of Houston for cheerleading. All my coaches from my like Texas like competitive team all cheered there. They were not really in school there. They were all just like enrolled in one class and pretended to go there and convinced me to go there. So I went there for one semester. But I had a boyfriend at the time who went to school in Hawaii at Hawaii Pacific, and that was like a really good team.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, it's too far for me. I don't want to move away from home. I'm going to University of Houston where all my coaches go and stuff. And then I was one of the only ones who lived there actually. And that was like hard. I had one roommate who like actually went to school there. And then I went to visit my boyfriend in Hawaii and I got pregnant. And then I made the team, but I got an abortion when I got back secretly in Texas.
Yeah.
But I had gained, so I was like, the coach had told me, come to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You'll have a full ride scholarship.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, great. This was over Thanksgiving. I went home, found out I was pregnant, gained like 5 pounds.
Sure.
Got an abortion.
Yeah.
Went back to Hawaii. My mom didn't know about this. And I think she had seen that I'd like gained a little bit of weight or something. And like she gave me diet pills. But like everybody was taking diet pills. So I would have gotten them somewhere else. And then, so I started taking those. But I got to my first practice in Hawaii and they weighed me. And it was like right after Christmas, and the 2 male coaches both looked at I weighed 105, and they both looked at the scale and like sighed, and like they were just like, and they're like, it's fine. And I also was like having a hard time landing my standing back because I had like just had this like huge thing happen to me.
Sure.
That I didn't tell anybody about. And so I could just see the disappointment. They thought I was coming in to be like their star of their team. And I could just like see the disappointment in me. And so then I started taking diet pills and then I got really good at it.
Yeah.
And then I started to be like the front of the routine at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
I was like
Doors
the model for
open
the
for you.
uniforms.
Yep,
I was
exactly.
like the star. I was like the face of our team, you know, like, and
The first time I ever lost like a shit ton of weight in the middle of high school, I lost like 70 pounds. And all of a sudden, like, boys talked to me.
yeah.
I got cast in a play. Like, it just like the world opened up in a way. And then you're like, what a terrible message
I know.
to learn and sort of like internalize forever.
I know. And it also like cheerleading's so competitive as it is. So you're competing to like be on the mat. Like, like there's too many people on the team to begin with, and then they're going to cut you down. And so it's like everybody's had an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Especially on my team,
sure.
the large co-ed girls all had to be tiny. And I was already like a tiny person before this happened. God. So then I just like, I don't know, I got really good at it.
How did you have the energy to keep going?
I drank a lot of like Diet Rockstar.
Yeah.
I drank Diet Rockstar.
I drank a lot of
and
Hydroxy
vodka.
Cut.
Yeah. Like, I just was like living on that. And then I just like couldn't. Then I got that mental block, which I feel like also like happened from the fact that like I wasn't taking care of myself. And I was so like lost in my head. I remember I would like keep a journal of everything that I like ate versus like burn. Like that's like the mental whatever.
Every journal, my stacks of little diaries are so sad because at the top of it is always what I weigh and always what my goal weight should be, and then just lists of foods. Like, so sad.
It is so sad. I mean, I feel lucky that I do think I am so competitive. So when I read something that said like, I don't know, 90% of people don't recover from eating disorders or 98%. And I was like, oh, watch me. I'll do it. And so I did, I did it.
That's so great.
I don't think about anything like that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't. And I'm trying to like really shield my daughter from anything like
Good
that.
for
But I'm
you.
like, I don't know how to like, you know, I feel like calories and things were such a hot topic of conversation and
God.
stuff like that. But I'm trying not to. But also when I was pregnant, I was like, okay, how am I going to do when I'm pregnant?
Right.
Because I kind of was like, I feel like I have a handle on, like I'm healthy now and
Sure.
I'm like, whatever my body is what it's supposed to be. And then I was like, okay, is this going to throw me into like a crazy whatever? So I didn't let them tell me how much I weighed ever.
Great.
I
That's
never
so
weighed
smart.
myself.
That's great.
I would say, do not tell me how much I weigh. Don't tell my husband how much I weigh. I don't want to know how much I weigh.
Great.
And then both of my kids, right before I left to the hospital to go have them, I weighed myself. Because I was like, I do want to know how much weight I gained like between the two of them, but I want to know like the moment before, like because if I know before, it's gonna like unlock some crazy shit in my brain, and I'm gonna like go into this thing. So I would be like, I'd make it very clear, do not tell me.
Yeah, I only know how much I weigh right now because the gyno accidentally told me it was like a new girl. You know, I'm always like, I don't want to know, man.
Yeah, nobody really needs to know. You know,
It's just a measure of how much you're stuck to the ground. It's gravity.
Yeah. So, well, I feel like that. It's such a sad
It's a sad existence
thing that we get like so caught up in it.
Yeah.
And I do see friends, and then with the Ozempic thing, I do see people being like, "You look amazing, you look good," and I'm like, "Don't say that to anybody because that is just like a dopamine hit to like somebody with an eating disorder."
It just
be
reinforces it.
Yeah. Or like even if somebody's like, I'm worried about you. You're like, I'm doing really good then.
I loved it when people were worried about me. I was like, that means it's working.
That means I'm so tiny. Nobody can see me.
I know.
Yeah. It's
Just
so
microscopic.
sad.
It's absolutely sad.
Yeah. But I do feel like.
But good on you for like protecting your girl. And I think about that all the time. The man I'm dating right now has 3 daughters and they're all such good eaters and they never think about it. They're just like, they exist in their little bodies. And I feel so protective of them.
Yeah, it's like you want them to hold on to that as long as they possibly can, that like innocence in their mind.
Yeah.
Because even people like family members or stuff will be like, you're such a good eater. Look, you finished all your food. You're such a good eater. Or like, you don't like, he's eating all his food or she's not eating or she's, and I'm like,
you're like,
stop.
stay out of it.
Just don't talk to any
Don't
kid.
talk about
Kids
it.
know how to eat enough for their bodies. They're going to be fine. Like, just don't talk about it. Why are you talking about it?
Because they'll intuitively
like hear it and be like,
do
oh, I'm going to make them happy by eating this or not happy by not eating. I'm just like, oh, I can't handle it.
know.
So I do have a bit of like that kind of a trauma response to it where I'm like, back up.
Yeah,
Don't
that's mama
say
bear.
anything. So
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you feel like you've like recovered?
I
from
do.
it?
I feel on the other side of it. I can tell when it starts to, like if I get really stressed out or like if there's an event coming up, my brain will start to plan it. I'll like plan a really big diet and then I'll plan that I'm going to binge afterwards and I'll plan how I'm going to get rid of it and I'll plan, like I'm doing the planning, but to me, that's just information. It's just telling me that like I'm stressed and like it's just an old pattern and I can just, I put my hand on my own heart and I say, okay, sweetheart, I see you. You know?
Yeah.
So it's just information now. Whereas before it would be such a trigger and I'd be like, oh no, I'm relapsing.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and now I'm just like, it's just that old noise.
It's just like you trying to control something because you're feeling out of control.
Because I'm uncertain.
Yeah.
And 100%. It's me trying to regulate my feelings. Yeah.
I do see when I'm like going through a new change or feel overwhelmed or something, I'll start to be like, okay, and I'm going to go to this workout class and this is going to be my workout. And then I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel out of control. So it's like the one thing I think I can control is that. But yeah, I know. I see it in myself.
Yeah.
Come up like that.
Or I'll start to have sort of ideas around safe foods. You know what I mean? I'll be like, I could eat this and this, but I shouldn't eat that, you know? And I'm like, it's just that, it's like the police are coming in to be like, try to make order.
I know. I feel like am truly recovered because I eat French fries a lot now.
Girl,
so
same.
I'm
And
like, that's when you
bread
know,
comes
like
to the table,
you're like, okay, I'm fine. I can
Yeah.
eat French fries and feel really good about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was so glad that like, and when bread comes to the table, when French fries, when dessert is there, like to be able to participate in celebrations. Because when you miss out on so much celebrating
Yeah.
with people, because like
I
you
know.
won't
I
have
remember
cake
I was like
or you
so
won't have.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like stay home sometimes because I was like, I can't go out. I don't want to go to that.
I can't.
Yeah,
I'll have to
it's so
eat
sad.
food and like,
Yeah.
it just makes you less, and less until you disappear. And it also makes you like strangely compliant and people pleasing. You have no left inside of you because all you have is like sort of a mastery of this, and you don't have the brain space to be like, no, that doesn't feel good. No, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I remember as I was recovering, or like early on in my recovery, I became sort of like addicted to saying no to things I didn't like. Not things I didn't want, but like things I didn't like that didn't make me feel good. I was like, finally, I have a voice and can be like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I don't like dessert.
Great.
And I feel like that has been my biggest, like I will eat a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Or I would order French fries. But
You got
I
a
was
salty
eating
tooth.
dessert to like, and even as a kid, I wasn't like a sweet tooth person. But I was eating it to like please people, I felt like, because they offered it to me and that's what you're supposed to do and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So then I decided, I was like, I don't have to eat dessert. And
You
it
don't gotta
doesn't
do
mean I like
nothing.
am not eating sweets because I want to be small or
No.
this or that. I'm like, I just actually don't want to eat anything
I just
that
have
I don't
preferences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't. But it's funny because sometimes they'll bring a dessert menu and my husband will be like, oh no, she doesn't eat dessert. And I'm like, you're making it sound like you're forcing me to have an eating disorder. He's like, oh no, she's not allowed to have any dessert.
Yeah.
So all my friends know, and it's become like a big running joke too. It's like, he's just trying to like protect me to be like, you don't have to eat the things you don't want to eat, you know?
The next time you order something at the table with him, you should be like, is that okay with you? And just like really make it seem like you're in a terrible
it's like his worst
relationship.
nightmare to be seen like that. I'm
of
like,
course.
see what it happens when everyone likes you. I can like turn this on you real
Watch
fast.
this.
Yeah. Watch this. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, well, do you have anything you want to plug that's coming up or?
I want to plug that all the episodes of Stumble are out now on Peacock.
Yes. I
So
watched
you
them on
should
the
watch
NBC
them.
app.
Or on the NBC app. I think they also might be on Apple. Like we're doing some kind of thing where it's all, like somehow the Peacock stuff is, or the NBC stuff is also on Apple for a minute.
You should watch it. I feel like a lot of people who listen to this are former cheerleaders too.
Yeah?
So they've asked us about it. But
Dude, it's great. And also we always say it's like, people think it's going to be like Bring It On or something, but it's like if Mel Brooks and Friday Night Lights had a baby and that baby was raised by Parks and Rec. Like it is.
Yes, it is like that.
It's like that. That's the pitch.
That is a great pitch.
It's got great wordplay. It's got heart. It's got.
You will laugh.
Yeah. And also it has authentic cheer.
It does have authentic cheer.
So.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm also supposed to ask you two other things.
Yeah.
When you had your in your throes of your eating disorders,
Yes.
did you have anybody who you felt like was the real champion of yours, or like anybody who was like a mentor, or?
Yeah. Because I had to go to rehab. Like I would say the Renfrew Center in New York, like saved my life. Absolutely. I mean, eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental illness, which is crazy and true and awful. But also my friend Lucia and my friend Molly, I'm going to cry when I think about it. They both would try to tell me that like I could have a life on the other side of it. Also my friend Anna. And they just couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, I'll never work again. I will not. This won't be okay for me. But Lucia had been in recovery for a long time. And she was like, she was a little bit older than me as an actress. And she was like, listen, if I can do it, you can do it. I know you can do this. And I was like, it's just not for me. Great that it was for you, but this is my life. I'm going to lead it how I'm going to lead. I just didn't see a life for me. And they just kind of stayed floating beside me as I went through the journey and like were there on the other side, and they were right.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's so nice. And then we ask everyone if they had a villain in their fallout thing, but I feel like we're our own villains when we have that kind of a thing. Or maybe like whatever society pressure.
Yeah, sort of like societal expectations and whatever the beauty standard is, you know?
Yeah.
Or like that idea that that you're going to be too much or not enough. It's like the flip side of that coin always, you know, that like, yeah. I wish that when we were little, they taught us to like, maybe Mr. Rogers did, but like there's something about learning to withstand your feelings. That like they're temporary. You're going to have big feelings and you can ride them out, because I think a lot of what eating disorders is like trying to regulate, trying to put a governor on all your big feelings, you know, instead of just letting them
go
exist. Yeah.
I think I was like, got really into meditating. And that like helped me
yoga and meditation
because I was like,
dude.
okay, I can sit through this.
Yeah.
I can feel
the wave peak.
Yeah.
And I can come down on the backside.
Yeah, that was really helpful. Well, this was such a great thing. Thank you for bringing this in. I feel like it was like a very vulnerable, honest thing to share.
I was like, I could say church plays, but really it's fucking dieting.
I feel like it's like so many people would relate to that, you know? Yeah, my mom was always on a diet too. You know, it's like, I remember we found a bunch of things I wrote like when I was a kid, and I was like, what's your mom's favorite food? And I wrote salad.
I probably would have written like cottage cheese, you know, all the ladies in my family. And it's like, and they couldn't help it because that's just the world around them.
Everybody did that.
Drinking Tab and going to aerobics.
Yeah, exactly. Well, where can people find you?
Well, I'm not myself is on Instagram.
Okay.
My friend Danielle posts my stuff for me. I'm too sensitive to look.
Good for you. Good for you.
I was off for like 3 years completely, but then I got this show and NBC was like,
you got to do it.
So she posts for me, but I'm on there and she'll tell me what it says.
She will?
If it's good.
Oh my gosh.
But mostly I'm like, don't tell me.
We do a whole thing on here where I read comments that people have left on like my stand-up clips or things that. And like,
if it's clever and devastating, I'll love it.
One of mine was like, you'll appreciate this. Okay. One of mine that really like threw me for a loop was like, she has a triple chin. She's a triple chin anorexic. And I was like, because it got me from the side, and I was like, and then one of my friends was like, but they said you're anorexic, honey. And I was like, okay.
There's been so many. When I used to I had like an online sketch troupe, and people would say crazy things about me, and instead of being a butter face, a lot of people would be like, she's a butter body. Like she has such a pretty face, butter body.
Yeah, she's awful.
So my friends would be like, butter body. And also, when we would do plays, if you got a bad review that was particularly scathing, you would just cut it out and put it on your mirror, because if it was like really specific, it just made you laugh so hard.
Yeah. I feel like once you can have like a sense of humor about them, it's better.
Absolutely.
I feel like I never look at my comments. I don't respond to my comments and stuff. And then Molly will pull some that she thinks are good for me to read, that she's like, these won't make you like lose sleep at night, but like they'll be mean enough or funny enough to read.
If they're really specific, if they're accurate, I'll love it.
I'm like, has anybody ever been hired as a writer from the comment section? Because people are geniuses in these comment sections.
My friend Michael and I send each other videos where like somebody looks a little bit weird, and then the comments are.
I just like read them and I'm like, why are we all trying to write and
everybody's
like, do anything funny? Like
sitcom.
These people are hilarious. Yeah. So anyways, well, you can find you there or watch her on Stumble.
The Jenn Lyon is Instagram.
And you have 2 ends.
I have 2 ends. It just looks more stable to me.
I
don't know why. Even though triangle would be way more stable. I don't know why.
I
2 wheels. I don't know.
I write Brit, I put 2 T's, not 1.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't want to blow away.
Exactly. That's right.
Actually, we do, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
We're grounded.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. This was so fun.
This was great.
Yay.
And I hope you come be on Stumble season 2 if we get a season 2, but you have to watch it first.
Yeah, you got to watch it. It's so funny. You got to watch it. Yeah. And what's your catchphrase that you say? Like, wait, what is it? You say, I can, I will, I must.
We can, we will, we must.
We can, we will. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for doing this. Bye.
Thank you for having me.